Assalamualaikum and hello to my fellow friends and to our lecturer Puan NURULL HAYATI. Today, we want to present about Chapter 2 Procurement. I would like to introduce to you our group members.
Assalamualaikum and to my fellow friends and my lecturer. My name is Muhammad Akmal Daniel bin Suhaimi. My last metric numbers is F2068. And I will present to you today about purchasing. Purchasing is organized acquisition of goods and service on behalf of buying entity or product. Purchasing is also known as managerial activity that goes beyond the simple act of buying to ensure both quality and quantity. In other words, of purchasing was known as procurement. Procurement of goods and service from some external agency. Important of purchasing process. The purchasing process is of importance because it is used to identify user requirement effectively and efficiently and evaluate the needs, identify suppliers, ensure the payment occur promptly and drive continuously improvement. Buying of the inventory is usually driven by the purchasing department. The key objective of purchasing department are: first, support operation requirement. It includes the basic requirement like buy product at the right price from the right source at the right quantity and quality. Number two, supply-based management. One of the most important objective of purchasing function is the selection, development, maintains the supply and process commonly known as supply-based management. Number three, develop strong relationship with other functioning group. Number four, support organization goals and objectives that comply with purchasing management. As you all can see, this is the example of the diagram purchasing process. Now let's identify the purchasing technique. Purchasing technique. The first one was a blanket order. Blanket order, a contract to purchase certain item from the vendor, although they all may not be delivered until requested by the purchaser. Number two was invoice-less purchasing, appropriate where substantial trust exists between the purchaser and the supplier. Also, for the deliveries are made on a regular basis and are easily to verifiable. Purchasing technique, the third, electronic order and fund transfer. It reduces costs by reducing the paperwork. Also increase the speed of ordering. As example for electrical ordering is known as purchasing some item from e-commerce apps such as Lazada, Shopee, Shopify. They doesn't use any paperwork to do the ordering. They are ordering by electrical device. Number four, stockless purchasing. Developing with the supplier a means of reducing inventory costs by the supplier holding inventory. And the last one is number five, standardization. A technique for reducing purchase for specialized item when in fact a similar standard product is commercially available. Now we continue to the next slide. The difference between perishable and non-perishable. I will start with perishable food. Now I will start the difference between perishable and non-perishable. I will start first with perishable. Perishable foods are those that spoil the most quickly and require refrigeration. Perishable food also have a quick expiry date, while non-perishable goods have a longer shelf life. It means that perishable food needs to be consumed now. Means it had 3 to 7 days to be consumed by human being, while non-perishable food can last long. Now I will explain about non-perishable food. Non-perishable food are those that will take a long time to spoil and don't require refrigeration. The goods about non-perishable goods was non-perishable goods can be canned, while perishable good can't be canned. These are the identify document used in purchasing process. As you can see, there were a system that collect the data. As you can see, there was a form up there that is used by computer system and the purchase order process flow. Now I will show you the compare of periodic order method and perpetual inventory method. I will start with periodic order method. The periodic order method used as occasional physical count to measure the level of the inventory and the cost of goods sold. The periodic order method relies upon an occasional physical count of inventory to determine the ending inventory balance and the cost of goods was sold. Now I will show you the compare of the perpetual inventory method. So the perpetual inventory method keeps the track of inventory balance continuously. Now I will explain about the compare of perpetual inventory method. So the perpetual inventory method keeps the track of inventory balance continuously with updates made automatically whenever the product received or sold. The perpetual inventory method keeps continual track of inventory balance. It means that perpetual inventory method is continuously tracking the inventory balance every time. In this slide, I will tell about the advantage and the disadvantage of central purchasing. First, I will tell about the advantage. The advantage is avoid duplication or redundancy of effort, which means lower cost and standardized process. The second point was allow for more comprehensive control and optimization of the inventory. The third point, reduce the total number of staff necessary and facilities training, which may be seen in lower cost. Volume purchasing is enabled, which means we'll get a greater discounts and better term. For the fifth point was potentially lower the delivery cost as well as staffing necessary to move the store goods. The sixth point was potentially lower the delivery cost. The sixth point, enable the use of the computerized system to automate the purchasing process as well as integrate it with stock control and accounting. Now I will tell you about the disadvantage of the central purchasing. Firstly, can become too big or too complex to be run efficiently. The second point may be delay in delivery of essential goods, as they may have to come from the central location. The third point has a location widely spread over the region or the country. They may not be able to take advantage of the local discount, may lead to underinvestment and therefore inefficiently. The last of my slide, it was advantage and disadvantage of standing order. First, I will tell about the advantage. Firstly, from the advantage, you are in control of what is sent from the current account and how much it is sent. The second point, you can set up standing order and cancel the standing order with ease, and this can usually be done through your online banking or your mobile banking apps. They are also tend to be free or very cheap to set up and maintain. It is an easy way to send a regular payment, such as your rent or make a payment to your family members. It's easy, right? And it is also good way for people to budget when they are known to expect your payment on the specific date of each month. Right now, I will tell you about the disadvantage of this standing order. The first one of the disadvantage of the standing order, if you want to change a date or the amount of your standing order, then you will need to cancel it and instead of a new one. Second, if you do not set your in time, then you'll run the risk of missing a payment. It's like a payment date that incurring late payment fee on your account or from the person or business you are making payment to. Number 3, if it's for any reason your scheduled payment does not send, you are responsible for noticing and rectifying the issue before you miss the payment dates. Number 4, many business do not like the pay by the standing order, as they do not have control of the process. So the disadvantage is so difficult for the business to start. If you want to make an order, you must cancel it first, then you will make a new order. If you want to add the amount, you must cancel it also. So that was the advantage and the disadvantage of standing order. That's all for me. To the next presenter.
Wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Anis Fitri binti Yahya. My last metric number is F2078. Today, I will present about receiving. Receiving is the primary purpose of receiving is to verify the quantity, quality and price of each item delivered conform to the order placed. Next, I will explain about importance of receiving process. First, ensure the item same as purchase order. Second, check every item when received from supplier. Third, ensure the product are received can be allocated to storage space. Next, I will explain about receiving technique. First, match good delivery to purchase order. You need to ensure delivery have come to the right place by mention the details on the consignment note to the purchase order. Second, check product are not damaged. Before and setting the delivery, you need to conduct a quality check to ensure other items are described on the purchase order. Third, log received item inventory. Enter the item you have received into your warehouse management system as soon as possible, including the date and quantity received, so that you can allocate new order right away. Fourth, allocate storage space for goods. For goods received in stock, this item will need to be allocated a space in warehouse for a storage until ready to repeat for an order. The last technique is notify to account payable department. Send a copy of signed and date consignment note to your account department team. This information can match with the invoice from the supplier to ensure the payment are only made for the item for actually received. Next, I will present about document used in receiving. Have two document used in receiving. First, invoice. Invoice is commercial document that items and records a transaction between a buyer and a seller. Second, receiving clerk. Receiving clerk is collaborating with procurement staff to list expected deliveries. General item to identify form used in food and beverage operation to record data from invoice for good received.
Hello, my name is Binti Hairudin. My last metric number is F2066. Today, I would like to present my part about storing. Firstly, what is storing? Storing is keeping all potentially hazardous food and ingredients under temperature control until use or display them. In other words, food must be covered and the cool room temperature should be checked and recorded periodically to ensure they are running at 5 Celsius or below. Next, importance of storing process. First, to preserve the quality and nutritional value of the food you purchase. Second, helps make the most of your food by preventing spoilage. Lastly, food storage can help prevent foodborne illness caused by harmful bacteria. Okay, next, I will explain about storing technique. First, keep high-risk food at 5 Celsius or below or above 60 Celsius to avoid the temperature danger zone. Second, store raw foods below cooked foods. Third, store food in suitable cover containers. Fourth, avoid refreezing, thaw foods, check and observe the use by dates on food product. Lastly, take special care with high-risk food. Okay, next, I will explain about document used in storing. What is document used in storing? As you can see, this is example type of document that used for storing. First of all, number of item. This is for count of item product. Second, code of each item. This is to easily to identify the type of item product. Third, type of item name. This is for name of the product item. Fourth, price of the item. And lastly, number of incoming and outgoing stock items. This is for number of incoming and outgoing item including balance item available. Okay, that's all from me.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Binti and my last metric number is 2997. Today I will present about e-suing. The purpose of e-suing contract is a formal publication process is required so that each area can be properly changed. For the food item, ask the manager of any outlet. In an operation, you will want to accurate costing of the food you use and not have it missed with the other outlet that you share store with. Second, about issuing technique. First, public offering. Second, offer for sale. Third, test issue introduction. Six, issue 7, about bonus issue. Now, as in the public offer, what a company make invitations to the general public to subscribe or purchase each. 2, about offer for service method of share sales where the public is invited to purchase a company resulting share. 3, for purchase is a formal document that can help investor to make more informed investment discussion. Pricing is the issue of new security by selecting certain investors who have the most chance of being interested in investment company. This is about transfer. Transfer food or beverage product may be transferred from one food service unit to another. For example, it's likely that fruit juice and vegetable or similar item. Beverage and transfer has intra-unit transfer between bar and kitchen. For example, cooking wines and spice, fruit juice and dairy product. Second, between kitchen and kitchen. Large hotel that operate more than one kitchen. 2, about unit transfer. Transfer of food and beverage between unit in a chain. Okay, thank you. It's about issuing control from me.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Aida Aina binti Samsuri. My last matric number 2076. Producing something that puts animal and human for survival extensively derived from various plant and animal, but before consumption by human they are processed. Process of transforming raw ingredient into edible food. Thus converted food product can be used for home cooking directly or by the food processing industry. The process of food production can be segregated into a number of stages, and each to them is very important. In the food processing industry, the process starts with primary steps of cleaning, segregation, and when the food is packed and marketed. Cost control during production. Cost is related to the economic resources necessary to accomplish work activity or the produced work output. Costs are expressed in terms of unit of currency. Costs are the amount of money representing the resources spent for the production of output. Resources is a physical entity that is required to be able to execute a certain operation. Can be machine, equipment, raw material, utilities, tools, fuels, and energy, but also operator and consumables. Output are the product and byproduct. Basic of production principle. Food production principle teach the preparation and serving of stock, sauce, soup, meat, and poultry. Type of food production: cultivating, harvesting, fermenting, pickling, production of drink, grilling, stewing. Method of food production: first, slicing. Second, cutting and chopping. Third, marinating. Next, boiling, broiling, steaming, fermenting, grinding, emulsifying, frying, grilling, and advantage and disadvantage of food production process. Advantage: Processed food like different type of jam and juice taste very good and last long, making them a part of every household. Second, processed fruit and vegetable and herb when stored in cans tend to be free from bacteria and other harmful agents. Third, they are easy to purchase because they are available in all seasons. Disadvantages: first, processed food stuff often lost nutrients. Second, some processed food are genetically modified, which may cause a negative impact on your health. Third, food tend to lose their nutrients.
Okay, next, I will present about selling and service. What is selling and service? Selling and service is vastly different than selling products. At the heart of it, the main difference is that a product business sells physical, tangible objects, whereas a service business provides value through intangible skills, expertise, and time.
Next, I will present about importance of selling and service. Why is it important to know your product and service? Knowing your product and service means you can give a sound description and demonstrate a good understanding of the products and service you're selling. This is important in order to maintain a sale and prevent the customer from leaving. When your referral marketing plan is working well, prospective customers buy from you the first time because they have been referred by your sources. They may continue to buy from you because they trust you and develop a good relationship with you. But whatever the reasons they come and whatever the reasons they stay, they are your customer primarily because they need your products and service.
That's about selling and service technique. Sell to your buyer about situation, not disposition. In other words, you not just selling to one person. You dive into concerns about multiple stakeholders. 2. About create price uncertainty during sales negotiation. Your buyer have all the power. They approve negotiation on which they are confident to demand discount and walk away when don't they get them. Last, about avoid the parity trap in sales conversation. When you're selling, your value propositions to prospect. How much overlap in there between what you can provide and what your competition and provide, and less people fail to articulate value when they commit the 3 deal. First, about providing too much information. 2. Not describing value from the buyer perspective. And last, about failing to identify what difference between them. Thank you.